What is going on, everybody? Today, we are taking a look at the pros and cons to rushing your Town Hall in Clash of Clans. Let's not waste any time. Let's get into it. Now, real quick before we go into this, just so everybody is completely aware, I'm just showing you some random Town Hall 15 gameplay in the background. It's going to be some of my offenses, some of my defenses. We're just going to kind of watch with that because I want this to be more of us talking together, right? So, number one, we're going to go over the pros and we're going to go over the cons to rushing your Town Hall. One of the most hot button topics that has always been, and if you guys have been around the past couple days, it's the very start of November as I'm recording this, I even posted a poll saying, hey, what do you guys think about rushing your Town Hall, good or bad? When this game first came out, it was a horrible idea. Clash of Clans and the Supercell team has done a lot of things in order to kind of balance it out where it's not as awful of a thing. So, number one, we're going to go over the pros and the cons. There's 4 pros and there's 3 cons. Pro number one, there's a more efficiency you can use on your magic items, right? Now, what do I mean when I say more efficiently? I mean you'll get more value out of them. What I mean by more value is, let's say, for example, you have a Rune of Dark Elixir that you have to use because you have one in the past or you're getting one in clan games. And you have to use it at Town Hall 11 versus Town Hall 14. You have a higher Dark Elixir storage at Town Hall 14. So you're actually going to get more value out of using it at Town Hall 14 just because you have a higher storage. There'll be more left over. It'll be easier for you to farm and get into and actually use it for another upgrade. For example, same thing with books, right? Let's say you're getting a book of building. You want from clan games. And if you're a Town Hall 8, and you already have one, you have to use it. So you use it to upgrade your Town Hall to Town Hall 9, versus if you were a Town Hall 12, you could have used it on something that would have taken longer, and you could have saved yourself some little bit extra time. So you just get to use magic items a little bit better. Number 2, for pros, this one's super easy. This one's not going to surprise a ton of people, but something people don't think about is it's easier to farm Dark Elixir. The higher the Town Hall, the more Dark Elixir storage you have. The more Dark Elixir storage you have, the more than likely the more Dark Elixir you're holding on to. And the more Dark Elixir somebody's holding on to, the more you can take. So the more Dark Elixir you can take, the easier it is to upgrade your heroes, grind your Dark Elixir troops, grind your pets, all of it, right? So the Dark Elixir grind is very underrated as far as when it comes to rushing. I don't necessarily condone rushing, although I do it a ton. I don't condone people to do what I do very often. But definitely farming Dark Elixir is a nice big pro, especially when you're first starting for heroes. So, we've gone over the efficiency of the magic items. We've gone over how much easier it is to farm Dark Elixir. Now we're going into some of the challenges for clan games. So, it gives you access to more challenges in clan games. Now, Kyle, what do you mean? Everybody has access to all the same challenges in clan games. Yes, but there's certain things that comes up that you can't do at a lower Town Hall. Right now, Super Town Hall 9 is sitting in the same clan as Super 1 is. Super the original. So, a Max Town Hall 15 and a Town Hall 9, which one do you think is going to have access to more challenges? Which one could use Yetis if it wanted to? Which one could use... Christ almighty, let me think of it. Which one? I mean, there's so many different things I could use. What if there was a challenge for super troops that my Town Hall 9 doesn't have access to besides having it donated to them? Stuff along those lines, right? So there's just more troops, there's more challenges that I have access to that I could realistically complete. So your challenges actually throughout clan games, you actually have more challenges you're available to do, get you more stuff, make life a little easier for you. Get you that extra item that everybody wants at the end of every clan game season. And pro number 4, and this is the last one. This is the last pro. Is you could, in theory, still have really good Clan War League performances. Clan War League is not based off of Town Hall. It's based off of League, as most people know. So you don't necessarily get fair matchups, and you could master a pretty high-end attack, like, for example, like I've done with Skybrid. You could master a relatively high-end attack and absolutely just go through some people at some lower Town Halls or, period, at some higher Town Halls. You could make it. You could still have a very good offensive presence as a Rush Town Hall 13, 14, 15, 12, 10, Christ, I mean, any of them. Any of the Town Halls, you could have still a very strong Clan War League presence, especially with the help of like power potions and stuff like that, where you can just be max level right away for all your troops and it's no big deal, right? So that's a super nice thing, that you can just 100% still have really good clan war league performances, which means the most amount of medals, which means you'll look good to your clanmates. Who doesn't love that idea, right? Look really good to your clanmates, get more medals, upgrade faster, fix your rush faster, which is something we always want, right? 100%. So that is my 4 pros for rushing. I'm simplifying them, obviously. I'm trying to make this relatively easy for a lot of people to understand. And if you have any comments, please make sure to put them in the comment section below. I'll answer them the best I can. Alright, so we're going to go into cons now. Con number 1, and this will sound kind of dumb, is it is harder for you to join certain clans when you're rushed. So, as a rush player, a lot of clans, especially higher end clans, have certain requirements, right? There's certain things that you need to have shown people, or that you need to have in order for you to actually be able to join certain clans. For example, here at the Woodshed, you have to be a Townhall 13 unless you were somebody who was grandfathered in from when the clan started. So we only do Townhall 13s. We look at every base before we take anybody on. And we don't take a ton of new people at this point. So if you're not a pretty well-established Townhall 13 with high-end heroes, you're not going to get in. Few exceptions to that standing. So it makes it harder to get into a lot of these clans. And that's something that people don't really consider. It's like, oh man, I'm really not going to be able to get into this clan because my heroes are only level 45. They're only level 40. They're only level 20. How am I going to get into a clan that requires Town Hall 11 things? I have Town Hall 11 things, but I have Town Hall 9 level heroes. Heroes are super big, so if your heroes are rushed, it's going to be really hard for you to get in clans too. Another thing to consider is there's going to be a lot of lack of learning, a lot of lack of experience. So there's going to be certain things you don't get to experience because you just ran through the game as quick as possible. You tried to make it a speed run, which I understand. To get to see new troops and to see your clanmates do certain things is exciting. It's fun. You want to be a part of it, right? I understand that wholeheartedly. You are going to miss out on a lot of the experience of Clash of Clans. And when I say experience, I mean the fun of seeing super close raids, getting frustrated with healers who go and heal, some hog who's chasing something in the corner as opposed to your P.E.K.K.A. that's right there that's being smacked. I mean, there's just so many different things that you don't get to feel and see. And I completely forgot about them even until I started Crash Course. As of recently, I forgot about those experiences myself. They're fun, and there's just a ton of learning that you get from the tutorials and those early stages that you just don't get in just rushing through, that you won't understand, right? Does that make sense? Right. So, there's just going to be a lot that you don't necessarily get to grasp, right? Which is just the saddest part to all of it. And it's weird thinking about a game when you're thinking about the experience, how immersed you are on it, how much fun you're having, and realistically, it's something we don't consider at this point, right? And I'm just as guilty of it, absolutely, especially being a 15 and being as high level as I have been. It took me starting a whole new account for me to realize that there was just so much I missed by just rushing all the time. And the newest account I have that wasn't rushed before Crash Course is now a Town Hall 11, so he's not new by any means. So you do get to miss out on a lot of the experience. Last and most importantly is your defense is very suspect and very susceptible to any and everything in clan wars and clan war leagues. So I told you it was going to be harder for you to get into certain clans, and this is going to be one of the reasons why. Because your defenses are going to be very, very weak to just about everything, right? We had a guy when I ran Team USA for Clash of Clans, Team X USA. Guy was super good. He had a actual 15. He had a Town Hall 12 that was his donations account. Dude's name was Warning. He actually was a good attacker, but everything on his defenses were basically level 2 or level 3, so he was a guaranteed 3-star. So the best thing we could really hope for him to do in Clan War League was to break even, was for him to get a 3-star, and then him to get 3-stars. So that was kind of the best hope. So it kind of really does push you in an awkward situation there, where it's substantially harder to get those defenses in those last stands. For example, we're in a Clan War right now. My base has got 1 star on it. The fact that a Town Hall 15 has a 1-star on it is a huge benefit to people like us, especially, and it could cost you guys some wars. So that's definitely something you want to take into consideration. But that's really my 2 cents on it, right? So should you rush? Should you not? entirely up to you. If you're multiple accounts and you're on your second or third or fourth account, I say send it. I say, what's it matter? I enjoy having the high end stuff all the time. Me personally, I think if it's your main account, I don't think you should rush it. I do think you should not be pure pressure upgrading every single wall, every single trap, every single, your heroes don't always have to be to the very max level. I think if you're shy a level or two on your heroes, if your walls are, if you still have, 15, 20 walls that aren't max level, I don't think that you should be crucified for it. I do think that's very, very reasonable. But that's up to you guys. At the end of the day, this is your guys' decision and not mine. So without any further ado, that's going to wrap up my take on pros and cons versus as far as rushing your base goes. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I appreciate it. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what else you guys want to see in the future below. And I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks, everybody.